Yeah, hello.
All right, I need your client to, all right, screen is open. Sir, I need you to raise your right hand and state your full name.
My name is Jagatjit Mitu.
You swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand. Sir, I am going to butcher your name. It is not intentional, but just want you to know I'm going to do my best. Did you say
Jag
Jagaji?
yeah, Jagatjit. Last T and H is silent.
Okay, Jagaji. Okay. All right, sir. You have ticket number SX 420822271. The People versus Jagajith, Jogojjith, Mitu, Mitu. Mr. Mitu, you're charged with one count of reckless driving. You are scheduled for trial today. You also have SX 420822272. You are scheduled for a formal hearing today for improper equipment. The people have made an offer, sir, that if you were to plead today, they would dismiss the misdemeanor. I believe that was it. The misdemeanor, nope, they would dismiss the equipment charge. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, they would dismiss the improper equipment charge, and they would amend and reduce the reckless driving charge from a 6-point ticket, which carries an automatic suspension, to a 2-point ticket with no automatic suspension. And that reduced charge would be failed to use due care and caution with regard to a waste vehicle. Is that what you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
And sir, you are pleading responsible on that matter. You understand, I know you are represented by counsel. I just want a couple of things on record. You understand that you have a right to have a formal hearing and you can challenge these charges at a formal hearing. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
By pleading responsible, you give up that right.
Mhm.
Are you pleading responsible? You said, is that a yes?
Yes, sir. My bad.
Are you pleading responsible because you are in fact responsible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, date and time?
April 25th, 2023 at 1:58 p.m. Location north I-75 and 85.
Okay. On that, let's see, wait a second. On that date and time, sir, actually, no, that's not the formal hearing. That's the trial that's being reduced from reckless driving to the failure to due care and caution. Sir, I apologize. I said that wrong. The equipment violation, which is the formal, which is the civil infraction, is not the matter. That's the matter that's being totally dismissed. The trial for reckless driving is the charge that's being reduced. So when I said you have a right to a formal hearing, I misspoke. You have a right to a trial today, and you are scheduled for trial. But if you plead guilty today, you give up your right to have that trial. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are
Oh.
in fact guilty?
Oh, no, no, so on that time I wasn't driving though. Because I was driving like on my right way and the lady, she was like going here with me.
All right, sir. If you weren't driving, you can't plead you can't plead guilty to anything. You can only plead guilty if you are in fact guilty.
Oh, I'm like,
Let me help you understand something, sir. A person cannot plead guilty if they're not guilty because it's a good deal. You see, that would be a court of convenience, not a court of justice. People would come in all the time and say, hey, that's a great deal. I'm not guilty, but I'm going to plead to it just because I like the offer. I cannot accept an innocent person pleading guilty. So you've indicated to me you were not driving. That means you were not guilty based on what you're saying. So I cannot accept that plea.
Can I speak with him in a breakout room quick, Judge?
You can, sir.
Thank you.
I'll put you guys into a breakout room now.
Good morning, Attorney McSorley.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sydney Rogers from the City Attorneys. How are you?
Fine, Sydney, and yourself.
Good.
Good.
On this matter, I can do limited access 1 to 5, which is 0 points, but does abstract.
Okay, we had discussed an impeding previously, and
Ray, I can talk to you privately, but it's based on the driving record. There was a disregard traffic control device in 2022. But if you give me a minute, I can get on Zoom and I can talk to you privately.
okay, please.
And good morning, Judge. I have a dismissal ready for you.
Okay, Madam Assistant Court Counsel Rogers, which case am I going to call?
That will be Jernada McCree.
Okay, 1 second. One of my pages blew away.
I'm trying to get them to come out the breakout room.
Or no, back stand up page.
Okay.
Rhonda McCree, is that what you said, Madam Clerk?
That's correct.
That's the case, but I can't get the person. They're not responding to the signal to come out the breakout room.
Okay. Is that gonna be a total dismissal for all 4 matters, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Attorney Miller, are you ready on your case?
Yes, we're ready. I believe I've cleared up any confusion that my client was dealing with.
All righty, let's see. All right, we're back on the record on the Me Too case, MITU.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Me Too?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, you've had an opportunity to speak with counsel in a private room, and he's explained a few things to you, I presume. Now, my problem and my concern, sir, is that you've already indicated to me that you were not driving. Now, I cannot accept a plea on there, but counsel, how are we gonna get around this?
Sir, I was driving.
Mr. Me Too, let me explain, please. Judge, he was driving, as he just indicated. He was driving when this entire ordeal came about. There was one point during the whole ordeal, I guess, that led to these tickets where he was out of his car and not driving. However, that's not what the ticket was for necessarily at all. And he was just a little confused by your question, and he was going to explain a little bit more of the details and circumstances that transpired there. And I explained to him he doesn't need to do that, and that you were in fact driving, which led to all of this, and he was. And so that's where the confusion was. He was in fact driving.
All right, I get a little confused and concerned when a person tells me something and then we backtrack a little bit, but you indicated that there was at least a break in the circumstances, and at one point that he was not driving, and that's what he was referring to. But at the time of the incident, where there was a charge of reckless driving, he was driving at that time. Is that what you're telling me, counsel?
Exactly, Judge. Yes.
Okay, all right. I do have to make the record clear that I am not accepting a plea on innocent person because it is a good deal. As I said, that would be a court of convenience, not a court of justice. So, all right, Mr. Me Too.
Sir.
The clerk put the date and time on the record. So you're saying now that on that date and time you were driving when the officer stopped you and gave you the ticket for reckless driving, you were in fact the person that was operating the motor vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And on that date and time, sir, were you in fact driving in a fashion that would be considered reckless? I do need to tell me what in fact what you were doing that might be considered reckless. That could be speeding and putting yourself and others in harm, or going through a traffic control device or something of that nature. What was happening, sir, that the officer indicated? Well, I can find that out from the officer himself. It's Officer. No. Yes, Officer Trooper Mola. Trooper Mola, you're still present. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
All right. What occurred that you saw fit to charge or write a citation for Mr. Me Too that you believed was reckless, something that was reckless?
Mr. Me Too was involved in a road rage incident with another driver. He ran her off the road, wedged her into the left lane / shoulder, stopped his vehicle, blocking all traffic and demanding an apology from her while yanking on her door handle. And I believe that shutting down
sounds like he dodged the bullet from some type of assault charge as well. So
I agree. So with him shutting down the freeway, wedging her and getting her to go onto the shoulder, I believe that's absolutely reckless driving, if not more.
When you spoke with the assistant prosecuting attorney on this matter, you agreed with the offer to reduce the charge. Is that correct?
Correct. At the day that when I spoke to Mr. Me Too, I explained to him what he did wrong and why he cannot do it. He was extremely cooperative on scene. And because we're here today, and after he's been explained, he's told his attorney he made a mistake, he won't do it again. And we decided to go from a 6-point misdemeanor down to a 2-point.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Me Too, I will, on that date and time, the officer described some circumstances. You agree that occurred, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Me Too, you are extremely lucky in this particular case. You could have been charged with something much, much more dangerous or much more serious. It sounds like you could have been charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, which a car is. You could have been charged with a lot of other things. That's also from what the trooper described. Many other people could have been put at risk with that road rage incident and blocking and causing problems on the freeway. Whenever traffic stops on the freeway unexpected, there could be other circumstances could have caused a backup and accidents from a mile away behind you. All kind of things could have happened there. I cannot describe anything that would be more dangerous than a road rage incident on a freeway and forcing someone off the road. But the people have made an offer and I am going to accept it. So the court will find you guilty on the amended and reduced charge of the failure to use due care and caution, a 2-point violation. We're going to have to pay a fine on that matter, sir. And your fine is going to be $500. So I will give you time to pay that. How much time do you need to pay that, sir?
For $500?
Yes.
Can I get at least like a month?
I can give you 2 months, sir, if you need it.
That's perfect. Thank you, sir.
I can in fact give you a little more than that if you need it.
Yeah, 2 months should be good for me.
All right. All right. So 2 months from today's date will be October the 23rd, October the 23rd. That does not mean pay on October the 23rd. It means on or before. That means you have time. With that, you can break it down into increments that would be a bit more palatable to you. So if you paid $20 here, $50 there, whatever works for you, I don't care. As long as on that date of October the 23rd, the entire $500 is paid.
Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Do you know
Thank-
how and where to pay, sir?
Yeah, to the court, right? To the
Yes.
district court.
I'm talking about how you pay it. You can pay it. You can come into the courthouse and pay online.
Okay.
Sorry, at the cashier's window. You can also do it online at 36districtcourt.org and in the city of Detroit. And I don't know, maybe in some of the outlying areas, there's something that's called DivDat. Kind of looks like an ATM machine where you can pay the tickets as well. All right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Counsel, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Mhm.
Trooper Mola, thank you as well. Have a great day. Madam
Thank you.
Clerk, thank you.
No problem, Attorney Mill. Have a good one.
Have a good one, everybody.
And Attorney Soroki, City Attorney Rogers is in room 1 if you need to speak with her. She's talking to one of the officers right now, but she is in room 1.
Yeah, I chatted her and she asked me to give her a second. So,
Okay,
okay, very good. Thank you.
no problem. I don't know what part of 8:30 people seem to understand until about 8:30. Just about whatever they want to.
All right, Madam Clerk, I apologize. I stepped away just to get some tissue, but I am back.
Ms. Moore, you just joined the meeting room. We're going to put you in a breakout room so that the attorney can speak with you. Please stay in the breakout room until the attorney tells you otherwise.
Okay. And Attorney McSorley, I just talked to the officer. I'll be able to do a blockading on yours.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. Okay,
All right, thank you. And good to actually see you now. I'm not just in the courtroom.
likewise, thank you. And
All right, Judge, I'm writing it up now, but we're ready on that one.
Okay, that's Mr. McSorley.
yes, Your Honor,
Attorney McSorley.
it's fine both ways, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Let me grab your.
I have the file in the hallway, so I can do the date and time.
Okay, thank you so much. I just need to find where it is on the docket now, so I can call the case number and call the case. Somehow or another, I lost it on my sheet here. I do see it. I do see it now. Thank you, Madam Clerk. You're about to assist me in my struggles today. So, say. All right, this is Counsel. State your full name, please. Raise your hand. State your full name.
John E. McSorley,
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
I do.
You may lower your hand, sir.
Thank
Mr.
you, Your Honor.
McSorley, you have ticket number SP 147745661. The People versus John, JOHN McSorley, MCSORLEY. Mr. McSorley, you're charged with 1 count of speeding, driving 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. I believe the Assistant Corporate Counsel for the City of Detroit has made an offer in your case. Is that counsel? Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Both of you are counsel. So Attorney Rogers, you've made an offer that you would amend and reduce this charge to blockading. Is that correct?
That is correct, and that is based on having a valid license, a clean driving record, and talking to the officer.
Very well. That goes from a ticket that would carry 3 points to a ticket that is basically a non-moving violation, which carries 0 points.
That is correct.
All right. Ms. McSorley, you are pleading responsible because you are responsible. Is that correct, sir?
I am pleading responsible to the impeding violation, Your Honor. Thank you.
Actually, sir, we have to make a factual basis of the actual charge, and then it gets reduced to because if you were making a factual basis of something that didn't happen, then obviously that would not be, you would not be swearing to tell the truth. So, but what we'll do is the entry will be something that is offered. So, but I have to ask you on the date of Ms. Rogers.
The offense date is July 10th, 2023 at 4:15 p.m.
On that date and time, sir, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit and you were driving at least 11 miles per hour over the posted speed limit?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find you responsible for the amended and reduced charge of blockading. That is a 0-point ticket. Your fine for that charge is $175. That is set by the state, and the state does not allow me to give additional time on it. It has to be paid within 14 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
If that's all we need, sir, we got it on the record. All you have to do is pay the money, the $175 within 14 days. We're all set to the entry.
Your Honor, I do have a question, however.
Yes, sir.
And that is, a default was entered on this ticket against me.
That default is set aside, sir, now that we've taken this, we've done this.
Okay, but here's my question, Your Honor, is that
Yes.
I want to be certain that the default was not forwarded to the Secretary of State's office, and if so, whether I
Well, this would be a correcting entry into the system, sir.
Okay.
The default will be set aside. So whatever process that goes in to do that, the new entry that the Secretary of State will receive will be for the blockading.
Okay, so I don't have to do anything further at this point other than pay the violation.
If I were you, I would follow up on it just to make sure, because you will have a document. You can go out online and get a document that shows that the default was set aside and this is the new and correcting entry.
Okay. Very good. I go to 36districtcourt.org in order to obtain a hard copy. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. It'll be out on the system and you could just print it out.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I appreciate.
Okay.
And Judge,
meeting you both. Thank you.
regarding the default, I talked to Madam Clerk about this last week when council reached out to me. I know she set it aside last week, and she can speak to it better than I can, but she said it's really a court default. It's not a Secretary of State default because it was an issue with the appearance. 36 didn't file it properly.
So we're good. Okay. Very good.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right.
Thanks, you
sir.
too.
Good
All
meeting
right.
you.
Attorney Soroki, I'll get on in just a minute to talk to you about the House Counsel files.
Okay, very good.
I don't know how Mr. McCree ended up in the waiting room, but he's the one with the dismissal. He's back in here, Judge. All his tickets are being dismissed.
All right.
Is that Geronda McCree?
Yes, all the tickets are being dismissed.
All right, good.
And what's the reason for the dismissal?
He showed me it's a valid license.
Okay. So probably the valid license, 2 of the charges were license charges. So those would be dismissed, and no proof of insurance was one of the charges. I would have presumed that the TM provided proof of insurance. And the other charges, I guess some type of defective equipment or something.
I think there was a, what do you call it? The tint, window tint, and he told me it's not, that wasn't his car.
Very well. Let me do this. Do we have Ms. McCree out here now? All right.
And Judge, the reason for the other dismissals that aren't license related, she paid a civil infraction. So those are the two reasons for the total dismissal.
Very well. All right, Ms. Geronda McCree, unmute your microphone, raise your right hand. Action. State your full name, ma'am.
Yolanda D. McCree.
Okay, you may lower your hand, Ms. McCree. Ms. McCree, you have ticket number SX 400672251. The People versus Geronda, Jeronda McCree, MCCREE. Ms. McCree, you are charged with improper license. All right, on that matter. You also have SP 146263321, drive while license suspended. SP 146263322, no proof of insurance. And SP 146263323, some sort of defective equipment. Ms. McCree, the people have indicated to me that they have verified that you now have a valid license and you are compliant with the law on those matters. Those two charges for driver's license suspended and improper license, both of those matters are dismissed. You have shown that you have proof of insurance. That matter is dismissed because you're compliant. And there was another charge for some type of defective equipment, but it shows that people have shown that you had some other civil infractions that have been paid, and as a result of that, this matter is dismissed. So all the matters that you have out here today, ma'am, are dismissed. You are free to go. Good luck to you. Stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can sign off, Ms. McCree. All right, Attorney Soroki, we got a lot of people left in the breakout.
I'm just waiting to talk to prosecutors so I can give them offers. I've already talked to everyone.
Which is it, Miss Rogers?
Yes, Miss Rogers.
Okay.
I don't think I have any state tickets.
All right. Miss Rogers.
I have.
Okay, she's still here.
Yeah, I have another dismissal ready for the same reasons. Starkeisha Moore has a valid license and paid a civil infraction, so it'll be a total dismissal.
All right, Miss Starkeisha Moore. Is she in the breakout room? I don't see her out
I
on this.
never spoke to a Starkeisha Moore.
She
Well, that's
came in
okay.
after.
That's okay. She's it's gonna be dismissed, counsel, so you don't need to talk to her. People are already dismissing it.
Okay.
She's out.
All right, Miss Starkeisha Moore, there you go. Turn your camera on, ma'am. All right, raise your right hand. Ma'am, you have to put the gum out your mouth, ma'am. You can't be in court chewing gum. State your full name.
Keisha Moore.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand, Ms. Moore. Ms. Moore, you have ticket number SP 1419061. The People versus Starkeisha, STARQUISHA Moore, MOORE. Ms. Moore, you're charged with driver's license expired. That's a misdemeanor. You also have SP 1419062. No insurance. The people have indicated that you have provided valid documents, ma'am, and as a result of that, these matters are dismissed. You are free to go. Your matters are dismissed.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Rogers,
Yes, I'm here.
anything else that you're dismissing?
No dismissals. Attorney Soroki, does anyone have documents?
Now, the one person says he has an Ohio driver's license, Damian Mallett.
Damian Mallett. Travion Mallett?
Damian, DAMIN.
I'll honor that because I'm looking at his Michigan Secretary of State and it says canceled, surrendered out of state. So I'll honor his Ohio one. It'll be a dismissal.
Okay, we can, and,
Let me just do it now. Let me see it. Oh, that's the first name on the docket. Is that correct?
yes,
All right,
Let me-
Mr. Damian Mallett. Damian Mallett.
I'll bring him out, Your Honor.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get him out. Got the last person out fairly easily. Let's see. Before you leave, so.
Also, Ms. Rogers and Shataz McGowan, he's part of the Project Clean Slate, which I think is a felony program. He has 3 tickets that are not on the docket today. And so I can give you the ticket numbers and the cases
Hold
or
on. We'll
the,
come back to that, Councilman.
okay.
Mr. Damian Mallett, unmute your microphone. State your full name.
Missing tickets, oh my God. There's 3 tickets in there though, so.
Damian Mallett.
Yes, Damian Millette.
Millette, I apologize for mispronouncing your name, sir. Sir, you have ticket number SP 11907051. The People
Yes,
versus Damian, DAMION, Millette, MALLETTE. Mr. Millette, you're charged with driver's license suspended. It is my understanding that you are a resident of Ohio and have an Ohio driver's license. As a result of that, sir, this matter is dismissed. You are free to go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Attorney Soroki, I don't see any other cases out here for Mr. McGowan outside of the 3 that are on the docket for today. It looks like he might have some old civil infractions, but I don't believe civil infractions are included in the clean slate program.
No, all I have is 3 tickets for him.
Yeah,
They,
those tickets on the docket, but to my knowledge, with the clean slate program, they're going through that as a process of clearing up people felonies. If they have any felonies, it's not necessarily dealing with traffic tickets. And if it is, they're sending the court a list of the traffic tickets that qualify for it. But you know, I don't know if he has documentation or anything saying that he's a part of that program, but they're sending a roster of cases of which ones are being dismissed or reopened to be reviewed or any of that nature.
I didn't know that. That's good to know. The offer, even he hasn't pled, so nothing can be expunged because it's still pending. On the EWAP, I cannot dismiss it for age. It will be a disorderly conduct, dismissal of the balance, which is 2, and they're both license offenses.
Okay. All right, I'll give him that offer. That's fine. And then Andrea Moore, I already gave her a pretrial date. I will email Miss Bonnie and just to confirm.
Was that the only date you gave?
Yes.
Okay. And Crystal, you said all of the officers are here, right?
For all the cases that we have trials for, yes.
Okay, or yeah, okay.
Malloy, Martin, Nate, and Joseph Phillips.
Okay.
Officer Hill, you're here for McAfee Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're free to go. She hasn't checked in yet, and it's after the cutoff time. She has the 10 o'clock to check in, and it is after 10. So, if she comes in after the fact, we'll either reschedule it or she'll get a show cause date. Either way, you'll be notified.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Be safe, Officer Hill.
And Miss Rogers and Joseph Miller, he has insurance. He showed me valid insurance.
Okay, great. He has a speeding ticket that's 11 to 15 over. I can amend the speeding 6 to 10 over, dismissal of the misdemeanor. And Carson is here.
And officers here on that. What about on the firearms ordinance ticket with Jonathan Martin? I don't think Officer Lurico White is here.
He is.
He is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Are you able to amend this to the civil fraction?
No, I'm not. It's a 36 rule. If it's charged a misdemeanor, it has to stay a misdemeanor. On Martin, I can do a 12-month late sentence with 8 hours of community service as a sentencing recommendation.
12-month delayed sentence with what else?
8 hours of community service as a sentencing recommendation.
Right. We'll probably end up going to trial on that one. And
Okay.
what about this? This doesn't look like an easy go to trial. Miss okay. So for um Travion Malloy, is there allowing a licensed driver to drive? I don't know if Eric Brown checked in.
The officer is here. It'll be a 3-month delayed sentence with no objection to dismissal based on payment.
And Kelly Melody.
Also, I don't know, you moved away from your
Kelly,
mic.
I'm sorry, Kelly Melody, it's Officer Buchanan is here. It's a disorderly conduct ticket.
It'll be a 3-month delayed sentence.
I'll go talk to her and see who wants to plead or not. Okay.
Good.
We have 6 more people out here, Madam Clerk. Yeah. Yeah, McGowan, Martin, Melody, Mattis.
There's 6 people in
and
the
Martin.
There's 6 people in the breakout rooms.
Yeah. All right.
Prosecutor Rogers,
Yes.
I also need an offer on Sean Martin. He has about I don't know how many tickets, 13 tickets, I think.
I'm finishing it up right now. I'm almost done.
Thank you.
$17 tickets. Madam Clerk, I'm going to step away for 3 minutes.
Okay.
If that.
Okay.
Mr. Sroki?
I think he's back in the breakout.
All right, Madam Clerk, I am back.
Okay.
Yeah. Ms. Rogers, what about Keith Mathis?
Yep. Mr. Mathis, it'll be a failure to display, dismissal of the balance, which is 1 count.
Thank you.
And I know they're older, but he still has a suspended license, so. I have an offer on Sean Martin. Yeah, that's okay. There's a couple of that do that. They're like so quick with the button. Wait a minute.
That's the other one you gave.
Okay,
me,
these
so
are
I'm
all
just
plates
leaving them
now.
right.
Perfect. I'll put them in the plate pocket. Do you know how our recess is? That storm stay is sure. When I went out in the hallway, it's dark.
I know.
Like really dark.
Did you have a power failure or something?
When I was coming in this morning, I thought it was gonna storm.
Yeah, me too. It still has, I think, all left to do. Looks pretty nice.
Yes, you said you had an offer on Sean Martin.
Yes. Okay, so it'll be 7 please.
Yes. Okay.
Which include 2 failure to displays.
Yes,
3 improper plates.
Okay, Ms. Rogers, let's back up a little bit since I don't have tickets or anything in front of me, so I got my docket sheet. Just tell me which case numbers we're doing what on. So, as you saying 2 or 3, but that doesn't help me to be able to.
Okay, yep, I'll give the case numbers. It'll be P1299601, count 3, failure to display.
Okay,
Next will be P1295-166, count 2, failure to display. Next is P1299-601, count 2, improper plates.
okay,
Count 3 of that same ticket will also be improper plates.
okay,
P1295-166, count 3, improper plates. U56879120, as charged. Last plea is a civil infraction, P13410063, as charged. It's no proof of insurance.
okay, wait a minute, let me find that one. You said P13410063?
That's correct.
Okay, and that's, you said that was what?
No
As
proof
charged?
of insurance. It might be in default, there probably is.
Is that as charged, you said?
That's correct.
Even though if it's in default, it's, okay.
I think, is that mine?
Mr. Mathis, if you could please mute for a minute. And then I'm dismissing 10. I also have a sentencing recommendation of 16 hours of community service, and that is for the U ticket of false police report. The ticket states that the defendant made a false suicide threat to get the police to come to his house faster.
Okay, which case was that?
That's on the U ticket that's as charged.
Okay.
The open alcohol driver ticket.
The U ticket, that is that says curfew violation? Wait a minute, it's another U ticket. Wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a U ticket from 2020.
Okay, but you said there was a U ticket that was gonna be as charged. Is that 568792120?
That's correct.
And that is what, false, what? Validated?
Yeah, false police report.
Okay.
And Mr. Strokey, I forgot that open alcohol. It got put to the side. Let me look at his record quick.
So seven counts. And 1, 2, 3. All right, let me make sure we got this right. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then there was a plea to 7 counts. 1, 2.
And Judge, I missed a ticket, so there's one being added. I'm looking at the record right now.
Yeah, because I saw 8 from what you told me, which you quoted.
Right, there'll be one more.
Wait a minute. All right. All right, well, let's go over it again. What do we have here? There's a plea to SP 12951662. That's failed to display. SP 12951663. That's improper plates. SP 12996011. That's failed to display. SP 12996012. That's improper plates. SP 12996013. That's improper plates. And then there's 2 as charged, SP 1341061. That's as charged to no insurance, as well as U 568792120. False felony report. That's as charged. That's 7. 1, 2.
Correct. And so I just found another ticket, and unfortunately, it's going to change the offer.
Okay.
It's for open intox, a driver, and Mr. Martin has quite the history of alcohol and driving. He has 3 prior open intoxes and a 2022 OWI. So Mr. Strokey, my whole plea is gonna be based on going into specialty court because of his history of alcohol and driving.
Okay. So
So
we got,
are we taking this plea today, or is this going to specialty court first?
So if
Well,
he's interested in specialty court, we'll ask Madam Clerk to call down to probation and someone will come and talk to him regarding it. I'll make sure he's eligible to have to run his lien. And then if he does want to do it and is eligible, Judge Wagner will take his plea and then he'll be transferred to Judge Holmes.
Okay. All right, so then he's just gonna have to wait in the breakout room till someone can talk to him from specialty court and see if he qualifies.
Yeah, that's correct.
Good. Thank you.
Well, first, Alan, before we do that, do you want to talk to him to see if he's interested in that, or do you just want probation called right away?
You know what? I'll talk to him and see what, otherwise he'll just have to plead to open alcohol driver straight as charged. Is that correct?
No, my offer will be pulled then. Everything will, that's just a lot of charges. The offer will be changed if he does want to do specialty court. I'll have to think about what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I
So
will ask for, Alan, just so you're aware, this isn't, just so you know, I'll have to ask for jail time though, because of this history of alcohol and driving.
okay, I understand. I think Kenneth Mattis is I brought him out. And we're ready. We can handle him right now if the court wants to.
Great.
And, Ms. Rogers, the defendant Kelly Medley, do you want to talk to me? Can we talk for a minute on this one? Yeah, because she's insisting she wants a trial, so we'll be going to trial this morning if we can't. If this matter is not going to be dismissed.
Yep, I will get on Zoom.
So if you like, we can talk for a minute in a breakout room, or else I'll just talk to the other defendants and bring them out, and we'll just go ahead and hold the trial.
Talk to the other defendants. I'll get on and talk to you.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing I can do now is reschedule the case. The officer chair was set for a trial. So I scheduled it and it'll be set for October 27th. No problem. Hey, all right, appreciate it. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello? Oh, that's a picture of somebody.
Well, you all finished?
No.
I want you, I have some help now.
Oh, okay. That's fine. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Peter Kornsky, I'm one of the prosecutors, and now I'll be helping Ms. Cole.
Nice to meet you. Chris. That's the question of the 41-year-old man.
and disgusting animals. Only one soul protected on Celebrity Apprentice to be a pretty picture, see her on her knees. I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. What I say is what I say. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on what you have figured. Hey, there was blood coming out of her eye. Blood coming out of her, whatever. Oh, in June. And maybe this funny subject matter. The administration gave us Toronto up because it was such a disaster this last 3 months that Abraham Lincoln. Well, Donald Trump is good at reality. So, Ireland was good at the security apparatus.
Mr. Miller?
Excuse me, Mister. Hello?
Yeah, yes. I was just speaking to Mr. Miller for a second, if I can, Your Honor.
Yes, counsel.
Okay. Mr. Miller, prosecutor said that if you want to take a driver's improvement course, she could give you a better offer. So you can take the offer that we discussed, or you can take the driver's improvement course and come back for another hearing.
Mr. Miller, you're muted. I just sent you a signal to unmute.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, yeah, I take the course because I really don't want them points.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
So council, are we ready on anything?
Yes, we're ready, and all the people that are out here right now. Sean Martin, Mr. Miller, Mr. McGowan, and the other, and Mr. Mattis. The other defendants are, we still are working through their matters.
Okay, well, let's go with Mr. Mattis first, because he was out here for a while, so let's call his case next. Mr. Mattis, we need you to hit *6 to unmute Kenneth Mattis. All right, Judge, whenever you're ready, Judge.
I'm here.
Hold on, Mr. Mattis.
Second.
All right, where are we? Mr. Mattis, you're on the telephone, so you don't have a camera, but I do need you to raise your right hand and state your full name.
Kenneth Barrington Mattis.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mattis, you have ticket number 163155861. The People versus Kenneth, Kenneth Mattis, Mattis. On this ticket number, Mr. Mattis, you're charged with no operator's license. You also have 163166471. On this ticket, you're charged with no operator's license. Counsel?
Yes. Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir? Mr. Mattis, please state your name for the record.
He's already stated his name, counsel. We can move on.
Very good. Defendant wishes to accept the offer of the prosecution in this matter. He'll be pleading to one failure to display and the other no op ticket will be dismissed.
All right. Either one of the tickets are the same charges. Does it matter which one he's pleading to?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Mattis, you understand you have, I swore you in, sir, you understand you have a constitutional right and absolute right to go to trial, but if you plead guilty, you give up that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Madam Clerk, the date and time? Or the date?
Fifth date, September the 7th, 2016, time 7 p.m.
Mr. Mattis, on that date, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit without a valid license?
Yes, sir.
Court finds you guilty of the amended and reduced charge of fail to display. The other ticket will be dismissed at this time. Your fine will be $225. Can you pay that right away or do you need time?
Could I take 14 days?
I'll give you 30 days, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
That fine must be paid on or before September 25th, sir. September 25th. The other ticket. September 25th, you have to pay it by that date.
Okay, how much I'm supposed to pay?
$25.
Okay, thank you.
The other ticket is dismissed. Mr. Mattis, do you know how and where to pay?
No, sir.
All right, so
I could go down to the court and pay.
that's one way to pay it, sir, but you also can pay it online. 36districtcourt.org, at the court website. You can pay it at one of the kiosks that's located in and around the city. They're called DivDat, DIVDAT. It's kind of looks like an ATM machine, but where people pay their public utility bills. You can pay there by cash or credit, by cash or card. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Soroki, next.
Yes. Next we'll take Mr. Joseph Miller.
Mr. Miller has two charges. Mr. Joseph Miller, unmute your microphone, state your full name, please. Raise your right hand, state your full name. Unmute your microphone, sir.
Joseph Miller.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes.
You may lower your hand. Mr. Miller, you have ticket number SP 14393-271, the People versus Joseph, Joseph Miller, Miller. Mr. Miller, you're charged with one count of, on this ticket number, charged with one count of having a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit without insurance. You also have, and that motor vehicle would have to be driven or on a public street, sir. You also have SP 14392-991. You have a formal hearing, sir, for driving 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. That was our schedule for today, the trial and the formal hearing. How are we going to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor, as to Mr. Miller, we wish to have this matter scheduled for a pretrial, and so that Mr. Miller can go ahead and take a driver's improvement course and get a better offer from the prosecutor.
Okay, I'm wondering why we're doing that today, because today is the date and time for trial. We have the officer out here who has been subpoenaed and paid to be here for court time, and now we want to have another date so he can get a better offer. That is all supposed to be done before trial date.
I understand, Your Honor. We're just, it's Mr. Miller intends to take a plea once he, after he takes the.
No, I understand that, counsel, but you know, that was supposed to happen. We should have been taking a plea today, and he should have taken care of those things prior to today, not on trial day. You wait to see if the officers show up, and then you want to have another date, and that's not the way it works. You know, we don't wait to see if the officers show up and say, oh, I want to do something else and get a better plea. I don't want to waste the court's time like that. That's not the way it's supposed to work. And with that offer, you do what you have to do before trial date. We're bringing officers in, they're sitting there, so. In fact, and does Mr. Miller even know what the better offer would be?
No, Your Honor, there wasn't any discussion of what that offer would be.
Well, what if he comes back and says, well, I don't like that offer, now I want to go to trial?
I'm just trying to get, I just didn't want the points.
Sir, I'm not talking to you. If you don't want the points, don't speed. All right, we need Ms. Rogers.
Okay, I will let her know.
We're ready on Sean Martin, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sean Martin. And see, where's Mr. Martin? Mr. Martin, unmute your microphone, turn your camera on, raise your right hand.
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
I can hear you, turn your camera on.
I'm trying to. Giving me that option.
You see an old school looking camera on your screen, sir? Probably red.
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
His camera is on, it's just that he's not in the light.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Mr. Martin, put the camera in a place where I can see your face and not your shirt.
Okay, I'm trying to turn it
Yes.
around and it's not letting me. Turn the camera on.
It is. You put it to your face. Oh no.
It's not turned around.
I don't know. Tell them it won't let you turn it on.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
You don't have the camera facing you, sir. I'm seeing everything else but you.
Yes,
so the
it's
camera's
not
working. The camera's working.
There we go.
All right, raise your right hand, Mr. Martin. State your full name.
My name is Sean Lamar Martin.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand. Mr. Martin, you have 17 tickets, 17. Why don't I just put you in jail for a period of time and you don't have to pay anything?
Your Honor, I spoke with you the last court hearing.
So just answer my question today.
No, Your Honor, I can't afford to go to jail.
Apparently you can, sir. You choose to do things that would cause you to go to jail.
That's understandable. I take full responsibility for my actions.
And that's what going to jail does. That's what happens when you do things that will send you to jail and you take full responsibility. That means that's when you go to jail.
I see what you.
So tell me why I shouldn't put you in jail, sir, and then you don't have to pay anything. That would probably be financially better on you or your family. So tell me why I don't just do that. Because I've got you're driving with alcohol in motor vehicle, you're driving with no license, you're driving with no insurance, you're driving with no plates, and you've done it at least 17 times, or those were the times you were caught. I don't know how many more that you got away with it, but you got caught 17. So you had to be doing a lot more times because nobody gets stopped every time they drive. So tell me why I should not just put you in jail, because this takes up all my time going through all these matters when I could just put you in jail. You come out in 30 days, you have owe nothing or anything like that. How about that? I'll tell you what, sir, we're going to do this offer, but if you come back here and you're driving, well, take your hat off your head, sir, Mr. McGowan. Or is that just a picture? That might just be a picture. Okay. All right. All right. We'll do this, sir. But if I'm telling you right now, you come back to this courtroom and your last name is M, which means you will come back to me. If you come back to me again, sir, and you're driving without a license, you're driving without insurance, you're driving without anything like that, you're going to jail. Because if you do what you want to do when you want to do it, then you're asking for it. Because I'm telling you right up front, right now, what's going to happen. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the people have made you an offer, Mr. Martin. They said if you pled to 7 cases, 10 would be dismissed. Is that what it was? 7 and 10 would be dismissed, counsel?
Yes, but the open, I'm sorry. He's actually requesting, this is Sean Martin. He's actually requesting a trial in these matters, Your Honor. The prosecutor left us said that because of the open alcohol driver ticket, she would have to change the offer around, but he's requesting a trial by judge.
That's
correct.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I would like to take the offer instead of the trial, just to, because I would like to do the classes. I can do the classes, the community service.
Well, the community service is just 1 day. So
I would like to know if you can recommend like 40, 30 more hours on that community service.
Oh, so in lieu of some of the payments, is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes, I would like to do some payments also.
Let's see. I think I've got to calculate what that would be, how much time, how much community service. Let's see. Is Ms. Rogers back?
No, she had to go do something for Judge Holmes. She said she would be back after that.
Mr. Martin, are you working?
Yes, Your Honor. That's another reason I didn't want to go to jail, because I'm trying to keep my job.
She's back, Your Honor.
That is one of the main reasons I couldn't afford to go to jail, because I didn't want to lose my job.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I heard you now. Thank you. All right, Mr. Martin, like I said, these things are self-inflicted. You don't want to go to jail, but you drive, you have 17 tickets. That would cause you to go to jail. And if that causes you to lose your job, that's totally self-inflicted. Nobody else has done that to cause that to come upon you. I understand wanting to keep your job, but you can't just keep driving and doing what you want, especially when you're doing things like driving with alcohol and things in there, because you will lose your license when you're doing stuff like that and you're driving with alcohol in a motor vehicle. And as I indicated before, if you got caught 17 times, I have no idea how many times you drove and didn't get caught, because nobody gets caught every time they drive without a license. So
yes, Your Honor.
if you get caught 17 times, that's absolutely ridiculous. And you did not take care of any of these things over the past. Ms. Rogers, you are back. You made an offer, and he's now asking. He wants to take the plea, but he wants more community service as opposed to some of the fines. Apparently, he's indicating these fines will be because what I'm looking at right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, for the 7 tickets that you would be pleading to, if each one was $275, which is the lowest fine that I would ever give, 275 times 7, that would be almost $2,000. That's $1,925 right there. And that's the lowest fine. I'm giving a break on that. So
I don't think my offer is communicated properly because it did change when I found an additional ticket. So that offer is contingent on entering specialty court, which Judge Holmes would handle all the fines and costs on that. If he is not interested in specialty court, that offer will be greatly changing.
okay. All right, sir. Apparently, because there is a different charge, and was that a charge dealing with alcohol?
Yes, it's an open alcohol driver, and I'm doing this. I don't do it on everyone, but I'm doing it based on the driving record of having, I believe it was 3 prior open alcohols in a motor vehicle and a 2022 OWI.
Okay. All right, sir. A past drinking while intoxicated and 3 charges with open alcohol in the motor vehicle. To me, that's a formula for a future killing someone, because that's what happens when you drink and drive and you get caught with one where you are under the influence or you're drunk, and then you have 3 other cases where you had alcohol in the car. I would not, so this whole deal has all changed when the other charges were discovered. So what is the offer now, Madam City Attorney?
Is he not interested in going to specialty court?
I have no idea. That was not discussed with me. That was not brought up by counsel.
Oh, I spoke to counsel regarding this and asked if we should call probation if specialty court should come.
Yeah, so he didn't want to go to specialty court.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have
Mr. Martin, do you want to go to the specialty court, which is a drug court?
It's an abuse, substance abuse. It's not necessarily drug. It can be anything.
Mr. Martin, that's a question to you, sir.
Seeing if I could pay.
Counsel, this is a question that you need to have with him in private. I don't need to be part of that discussion.
Well,
and counsel, if he doesn't want to go to special court, that's fine. I'll have to look at the file again and rework my offer. I'm not sure what it's going to be if he doesn't go.
Well, Madam Prosecutor, you take a look. Counsel, you go into the breakout room and talk to your client.
Okay.
And first of all, are we done with everyone else? If not, let's finish everything else, and then you can take your time with Mr. Martin.
No, we're okay. We can, I guess, we can go back to Mr. Joseph Miller now that Attorney Rogers is here.
On going to continue on, Mr. Martin, I'm not sure if this might be a good one for a new date. I know we have 2 matters that potentially are going to trial, and I sent Mr. Soroki body cam of both of them this morning.
So I'm going to trial for 2 of them.
Mr. Martin, that's not regarding your matter.
I'm not talking about you, Mr. Martin.
Oh.
So that's right. Just Mr. Martin, we'll get back with you 1 second. All right. So we're going to take care of Mr. Martin. the attorney's going to talk to you in private about some things that have come up. So, and that's going to take a few minutes. So, the trial with Mr. Miller, are we saying that's going to be adjourned, Madam City Attorney?
It will, counsel, is that based on him taking a driving course?
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, I have no objection to that if he takes a driving course. My only request is if we can set it next time for a hearing, so Sergeant Carson doesn't have to come back.
All right. Before we do all that, are you in a position to tell what the betterment will be, the offer will be if he takes the driving improvement course?
It will. So right now my offer is 6 to 10 over, which is a 2-point offense. I'll most likely be able to do speeding 1 to 5 or limited access 1 to 5. I just have to review his driving record again.
Okay. Well, just that. All right. That sounds good. All right, Mr. Joseph Mark Miller.
Yes.
Did you? I mean, I know you could hear what was being said. Do you understand that the people are indicating that if you take a driver improvement course, the offer that she made of driving a reduction of driving 6 to 10 over would be reduced even greater?
Yes.
And that what you want to do today, sir?
Yes.
So, Madam Clerk, Madam City Attorney, are we going to set this for a pretrial, or are we going to set it for another trial and subpoena an officer back?
If we could do a pretrial, I would prefer that since Carson's been on all day.
I certainly would prefer that as well. We can give a pretrial date of October. Well, let's see how much time will we need. Mr. Miller.
Yes.
All right. You're going to contact the Secretary of State, or you can go on online with the Secretary of State and find a driver improvement course through the Secretary of State. It'll have a .gov behind it. And then we can have you come back. Can you take care of that prior to October the 27th, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll give you a date to come back on October the 27th. And if you've done that, successfully completed that course, when you finish the course, it'll be online. You'll print out the certificate of successful completion. You'll show that to us when you come back, and then you'll get the better deal.
Okay.
October the 27th at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Sergeant Carson.
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen you in a long time, sir. How are you doing?
Hanging in there pretty good, man.
Okay. All right, Sergeant Carson. It's good seeing you. Stay safe out there. We'll let you know if we need you back.
Okay, Judge, thanks.
All right, have a great day. Stay safe.
You too.
All right.
All right, Chetez McGowan, Your Honor.
Okay.
Counsel, do you need me on this one? I just have to go to an arraignment quickly.
No, he's requesting a jury trial.
Oh, I'll stay on for that so I can look at my
All right,
calendar.
Mr. McGowan, I need you to raise your right hand, state your full name.
Chetez McGowan.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand, Mr. McGowan. Mr. McGowan, you have ticket number SP 9615041. The people versus Chetez. How do you pronounce your first name?
Chetez.
Chetez. Chatez McGowan, McGowan. Mr. McGowan, you're charged. You're here today for a show cause because you were driving with improper plates and you missed your court date. So you're here today. So the show cause is set aside, and we're just going to go forward with that. On the other tickets you have was U271191115. Today is the time date for the arraignment on the bench warrant, again for a date that you had missed in the past, entering without owner's permission. You have SP 8125231. You have driving with improper license. Those are your 3 charges today, sir. Has there been an offer? Oh, you said Mr. McGowan wants to have a jury trial. Is that what you said, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. McGowan, you have a right to have a jury trial. We'll set you up for a jury trial. Your jury trial, now let me tell you this, the date is gonna be February the 13th, February the 13th. Why are the dates out so far? Well, sir, we have 30 judges in the building and all have jury trials. Because you can't get everybody in the building at one time or get that many jurors at one time, we all have dates that's been spread out. My next jury trial date is February the 13th. And so we will have you set up for that date. Prior to February 13th, 1 week prior, on February the 6th, we'll have a final pre-trial. Oh, you can put your hand down, Mr. McGowan.
I got a question.
Oh, yes, sir.
So I couldn't, it wasn't no way for me like to pay a fine or pay a ticket as opposed to getting a disorderly person because I'm going through my clean slate. And I'm like, I went to 36 myself just to make this court date, to clear my record all the way.
Okay, hold on a second. You're in the clean slate program already? Before what judge? Before what judge?
I did it. I signed up October 21. My last felony that they just removed was by Keanu Lillard and Frank Murphy. And now the last thing that's on there is a ticket that's in Warren. So like I was just sitting around, I did my iChat and I noticed like these wasn't on my iChat. So I went to 36th District just to see if I had anything else. And these 3 warrants was on there. And I just wanted to clear my name completely.
Okay, hold on one second. Madam Clerk, what's the date for these charges for Mr. McGowan?
15, 16, and 19.
Hold on a second. I was talking to
my bad. I'm sorry.
Hold on, we're gonna get you there.
Your Honor, the clean slate program as it relates to traffic misdemeanors are only for cases that have already been adjudicated. And then they're either dismissing them, they're setting aside the conviction and dismissing them. So it's not for cases that have not been adjudicated yet, or they're for cases that were in non-public record status. And then they're setting that aside and dismissing the tickets or closing the tickets out. But it's not for cases that not have already been adjudicated. So
I understand that, Madam Clerk. I was just asking what were the dates, and I'm just trying to figure out if these are something that should have been included. So what dates did he get these tickets?
2015, 2016, and 2019.
Okay, so that sounds like these are things that should have been considered back then. Because all right, Madam City Attorney, knowing that he's gone through the clean slate program and these tickets were prior to that, is there any consideration that you want to, obviously you're not required to, but anything that you want to do on these matters?
So here I have no problem dismissing the 2 traffic offenses, the drive violation suspendeds. Those can be dismissed per his participation in the program. Unfortunately, the U ticket, I cannot dismiss for age and I cannot dismiss it per his program because it's a targeted offense in my office. We could set it for a bench trial, and if the people are ready on that day, he can still preserve his right to a jury trial, but that would be something to speed it up due to the age of the ticket.
Well, I'll let Mr. Soroki talk to him about that. You said you will dismiss 2 of the charges today, and one of them he will have to deal with, but that will be his choice.
I'd recommend that to you, Mr. McGowan.
Yeah, I'll do it.
At this point.
All right. Mr. McGowan, you've heard that. Do you want to take advantage of that? That's entering without owner's permission that he'd have to plead to, Madam Attorney Rogers?
Yes, but I'll leave the offer open if it's set for bench trial. And I understand this is a different situation, so typically I wouldn't do this, but on bench trial day, if the people are ready for the bench trial, he could still do the jury trial though.
I understand, but right now, if you would dismiss the 2 traffic tickets if he pled to the entering without owner's permission. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, all right. So that's up to Mr. McGowan if he wants to go forward in that.
Because if I take that plea, then I'll have a disorderly person, and I don't want that. I want my stuff clean. Like I know we was, man. It was so long.
Mr. McGowan, you can't go any further.
Yeah, I want to go on the trial. I'll take the trial.
That's fine. All right. Well, I've given you the jury trial date. So you said you want a jury trial
February
date.
13th.
February 13th. That's right. So but you will come back on February the 6th at 9 o'clock, just to make sure that everything is set. The jurors the juries are going to be ready a week later. So we'll see you on February the 6th at 9 a.m., sir.
All right, so I received something in the mail?
No, I'm telling you right now, sir, you may get something in the mail or not. Either way, you come in on February the 6th at 9 a.m.
Judge, I'm sorry, if I could have 1 minute, if I could just review the ticket, I just want to make sure that this officer is still with DPD based on the age. The officer is still with DPD, so, well, nothing will change.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so all right, sir. We'll give you you have your date. Your final pretrial date will be February the 6th. Your trial date will be February the 13th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you there, sir. Mr. Hiroki.
All right, let's see who's next here. So on Sean Martin, we're going to get a different date. Or no, we're going to get a different offer. Is that correct?
Let's go to the next person. We're leaving Sean.
Okay,
Martin.
the other two, we had only two left, I think, are in waiting for trial. There are two defendants that are up for trial. Here. And Sean Martin.
Yeah. Let's see, who do we have? We got Jonathan Martin. Jonathan Martin is, let me see what we got on that. Jonathan Martin only has one count. He's scheduled for trial, and we have the officer here. The other person we have is.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to talk. I need to talk to Sydney about Jonathan Martin and the officer and see if we can get this resolved.
And who else do we have?
And we also have.
Let's see anybody else. Oh, Kelly Melody.
Yes, Kelly, Miss Melody, and she is insisting she's not guilty.
She's insisting what?
She's not guilty.
Okay, that's fine. She can have a trial as well. So,
right. Okay, I need to speak to.
Let's take care of Miss Melody. Let's take care of Miss Melody first.
You want to take care of her first?
Yes.
Okay, then we're. All right, let me look at her tape. She has a tape. Let me see that they sent me. Let me look at her tape for a second.
Wait a minute, she's for trial today? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's for trial.
All right,
exactly.
all right. No, then let's go ahead and finish. You want to talk to Miss Rogers? Go ahead.
Okay.
Actually, she went away for a moment, didn't she, Madam Clerk? She's.
I know.
Yeah, she had to go to Holmes real quick. I'll text her and let her know.
Okay.
I don't know if I can validate this.
She said she'd be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Officer Brown, I believe you're free to go. I don't see Mr. Malloy out here anymore, so I'm not sure what happened with him. Was Travion Malloy out here? Because I thought he was out here. I haven't checked off.
Yeah, he did. I checked him off on my list as a person who would who made an appearance as well.
Officer Brown, I don't see Mr. Malloy out here anymore, so I'm not sure where he went. And we need the officer back for Kelly. What is it, Malay? Because Officer Buchanan is not out here anymore. I'm not sure where she went.
Yeah, I saw her drop off once, but she came back, so I'm not sure where she is now, but I did see her drop off once and then I let her back in.
I'll let Sydney know.
Yeah.
I was trying to talk to you. I was trying to I was making you know that I don't know what happened.
Let's go for it. Okay, Sydney, do you want to meet me in a breakout room, I guess, 2? Let's see here.
Sure.
Okay, very good. John Martin, John Martin.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, like I recommend to you before, I recommend you just set these matters for a trial by judge. And then you'll see which defendants show or which police officers show up, and you'll have less tickets to deal with.
Okay.
Okay, all right. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do then.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And Mr. Stroke, briefly, can I speak to you on Jonathan Martin?
Okay, very good. Go in the breakout room or?
Yeah, let's go into.
You fine.
And Attorney Soroki, are we gonna put this adjournment on and then do the trial?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, we have Sean Martin. Yeah, he's going to request a bench trial.
Okay.
All right. So Sean Martin is requesting a trial with, and what are we doing first, counsel?
We'll do Sean Martin, Your Honor. We can.
All right, Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, Mr. Martin, we've already sworn you, so you're still under oath. You've had an additional opportunity to talk with counsel, and you've come up with a strategy of how you're going to proceed today.
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
Okay, what are we going to do today, counsel?
Mr. Martin wishes to have these matters set for a bench trial.
Very well. All right, we can set them for a bench trial and
Your Honor,
yes.
can we use November the 1st, seeing as he has quite a few tickets? And we have already scheduled other jury trials for that, bench trials for that day of October the 27th, so we need to use November the 1st.
That counts, Madam Clerk. You are the keeper of the court and all things scheduling. If you say that it's a date that would be best for us to use, certainly I will follow that. November the 1st, Mr. Sean Martin, we will give you a bench trial. Now, Mr. Martin, did you have an opportunity to discuss the type of trial with your attorney?
Yes, I want to know what type of trial am I on, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, you want to know what type? That's what I'm saying. Are you telling me or are you asking? Counsel said it was going to be a bench trial. If in fact you have a right to have a jury trial, I have to let you know though, having a jury trial with all those matters, it would, one jury that would take probably days. I won't know how, because we'd have to pick juries to come in. I don't think I would have one jury handling all of those cases at one time. In fact, we would break it down to a number of juries, a number of days that would have to go over. A bench trial is probably the only way that we can do that kind of expeditiously because you have so many cases, but you have a right to a jury trial in any event. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So my question, sir, are you demanding a jury trial or are you asking for a bench trial for each of these matters? That's the question, Mr. Martin.
You muted, Mr. Martin.
I was trying to get a clear understanding of the difference between a jury and a bench.
A jury trial, sir, we would have to bring in 7 members from the community. They would sit there. We'd have to spend the morning picking a jury trial. Then we would have the afternoon to have the trial. These are many cases. They're all individual cases. If anything is on the same day, they would all be heard at one time. But because of the number of cases that you have, this would, I don't know how many cases are like if you had if you got one stop and you got 3 or 4 tickets, all of that would be happening at one time. But on all of these cases, I'm fairly certain, I'm not looking at them, but that would be over a number of days where we would have to bring juries in and we'd have to pick the jury, then we'd have to hear the case, and then the jury would have to deliberate to have a finding. Because the jury makes the decision in a jury trial, not the judge. In a bench trial, the judge makes the decision. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So,
okay, you should do the jury.
Pardon me?
The jury.
You want the jury? Okay. We would have to do that over a number of days. The first one would be in February the 13th. Okay. And yes.
If I can offer a suggestion, I think we need to, because we don't have that many more jury days left for 2024, so I would have to talk to the docket management to find out what other jury days we have. So can we set everything for a final pretrial for February the 6th, and then break down the jury trial dates after that.
We can do that. All right, sir. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bring you in for pre-trial on February the 6th. We will have at least, I don't know how many cases all happened at one time, but whatever case, and many tickets we had on one day, at one time, we will definitely have that trial. We might be able to do a second one. I doubt that we can do all of these at one time, and so then we would have a next date after that, but we will make some of that decision on February the 6th. And we will have you in for a trial on that date, sir. All right.
So that's in person?
Pardon me?
This will be in person?
Yes, this will be in person. And because we'll have to pick jurors to have them come in and listen to your case. Let's see, February 6th.
February 6th at what time?
That's going to be a final pretrial. That's just the date to come in. It's a week before trial to make sure that we have enough jurors that are coming in, because we'll set it, and then we have to make sure that all the jurors are here and available to come in on February the 6th for the trial itself. I mean, on February the 13th for the trial itself. And like I said, I just don't know how many of these cases that occurred on different days we can do at one time, but we're going to try to figure that out. So we'll have you here on February the 6th, and we'll have you back on February the 13th for some of your trials, sir. Hopefully we'll get more than just 1 or 2 days of it done, but I can't promise that because that's going to be a long day. So,
Judge, sorry to interrupt again. I think we're just going to do the final pretrial for him because we can't do a jury trial for him that day. Because remember, we already sent Mr. McGowan for a jury trial that day.
No,
I think that's why.
No, I said final pretrial on February the 6th, and then we'll come back for the trial on February the 13th.
But we already sent Mr. McGowan for a jury trial on February the 13th.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's why I was saying we could do February the 6th, then find out what the new jury trial days are for Mr. Martin. Because at that point, we should have more jury trial days, because as of right now, we don't have any more available. And we already got to do Mr. McGowan on the 13th.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we will talk with docket management and try to see if we can get more dates, but we'll address that before. So we already have a jury trial date on February the 13th for somebody else, Mr. Martin. And so we won't be able to do it on the 13th. We don't have another jury trial date scheduled right now. We're gonna have to go to docket management, the people that schedule the jury trials, and say, when do we have more jurors coming in that we can take? What happens, like I said, there's 30 judges in this building, and they have to decide, divide up the dates where each judge can have a jury trial. And my next date was the 13th, but we got somebody out there on schedule for that date, so we can't do it on the 13th. And so we got to get with docket management. We're going to have you set for a pretrial on that date, and then we can figure out how quickly we can get more jurors in for us. All right. You understand that, Mr. Martin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll see you on February the 6th, sir. 9 a.m.
At what time?
9 a.m.
I want to see the time of that.
9 a.m., sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
February 6th, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, John.
We'll see you then. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah, we have Kelly Melody.
Okay, she's a trial, Your Honor.
Yes.
And I think we have one in the breakout room still. We Jonathan Martin. I'm going to talk to him for 1 second. We're probably going to have a council appointed and have a different trial date.
All right, go ahead and talk to him, sir. Actually, this is it's a firearms ordinance case, so we can do both of these today. We can do that. These are not long trials.
And Judge, just so the court is aware, I know we still have an hour and a half, but I have to leave by 1:30. I have a mandatory training at headquarters.
Okay, I can't.
It's Jonathan Martin. He wants to go forward with his trial today, Your Honor.
Very well. These are both one count trials. They should not take very long.
No. Okay.
If we could do Melody first. So I spoke to the officer. I did not think Martins was going today.
All right, let's do this. Like I said, these are one count, one witness trials. Unless the defendants have their own witnesses, we can proceed. Mr. Soroki, you're going to take a moment to speak with each one prior to we starting the trial. We're going to do Miss Melody first, so you can have the opportunity to go ahead and discuss this with her.
I already spoke to Miss Melody. What I'd like is a copy of the two ordinances, the ordinance which Miss Melody is charged under and the ordinance that Mr. Martin is charged under. And I'd like a copy of both tickets too. I have copies of the 2 tickets. I don't have copies of the city ordinances yet, Your Honor.
Ms. Rogers?
When Mr. Soroki, oh, sorry, Judge.
Okay, go ahead.
When Mr. Soroki comes back, I have pretrial issues on both Martin and Melody.
Okay.
First,
Mr. Soroki is back.
Okay.
on Mr. Martin, I know we were gonna do his trial first, but I was trying to look at the body cam. From what our paralegal is saying, that the body cam website is down for everybody. It was working this morning. It's no longer working. It's giving an error message. The body cam would be crucial to this. I would like an adjournment so we can play the body cam. The officer is here, but the body cam would be relevant, and the website recently went down. I don't know if it's due to the bad weather but it's not working for anyone in my office, and I believe it shouldn't be working for you either, Mr. Soroki.
I was watching it earlier.
Right, I did too, and now it's no longer working.
Yeah, I just received a text message that severe storms were going through the area, so that may have affected everything.
Yeah, it's honestly black outside right now. And then regarding Miss Melody, I have called the officer. She was going to be on standby because we weren't sure when we'd be ready. She has not responded to me yet, so I'm still waiting for her to appear.
All right.
Well, how long is the court going to wait before it enters a dismissal?
I'm not going to enter dismissal, counsel, because that's not the fault of the prosecution. If they were at fault, that would be different. But if electronics have gone down, that is certainly not something that they can control. I can only dismiss something if they have been negligent or something that they are in control of. Act of God, they are not in control of.
I'm referring to also Miss Melody. She said the witness isn't available right now.
So the officer was on for hours. She got off. She wanted me to text her when we'd be ready. I've texted and called her, and I have not received a response yet.
Okay, that officer has been here since 8:30 this morning until just very recently. I'm certainly not going to dismiss that either because I don't know what happened. It's not that the officer did not appear. The officer here, that was a young lady by the name of, oh no, for Miss Melody, that's Officer Buchanan. That officer has been here most of the day as well. I'm not sure where they are at this time or if they were away and they were on a device that had to be charged. We certainly did not expect that this would go until 11 p.m. or so, but because that officer has appeared, I cannot say the case is dismissed because the officer failed to appear. I don't know what has happened since then, but certainly I can't dismiss that either.
Okay.
So,
as to the prosecutor's request for adjournment, I leave it to the court's discretion on both defendants, Martin and Melody.
I would ask Madam Prosecutor, do you think we could do this sometime today? Or if not, we're going to do it very, very, Madam Clerk, what is the next day where we have a smaller docket? If you can tell me that.
What are we setting it for?
Yes, both of these, one officer who is no longer there for unknown reasons, and the other reason is the Is there video on both of those matters, madam?
There is video on both of them, but on Melody, it's not nearly as relevant. You can't see most of the action on it based on how the situation happened.
But still,
And I have not viewed
would
the
have-
camera.
They both would have a right to it, so.
The soonest we can set it for would be September the 13th, because we have to give at least 3 weeks out for everybody, the officers and everybody.
Actually, I think Madam Prosecutor might be able to get them in earlier just because they were here today and they were under subpoena and they both had fallen off. And I think she could require them to come in earlier and give them notice just by.
That'd be fine since we were set today. That's fine. Officer White for Mr. Martin is still on. His body cam isn't working. So I can talk to him directly about what date. So we can do earlier dates on both though.
Madam Clerk, if you can take a look and see what one of our smaller dockets is, we can do that.
Sure.
And I can do afternoons too, if that's better with the court.
Absolutely.
That works as well.
Absolutely not.
Well, we have to be flexible in this, Madam Clerk.
Do September the 6th. Right now.
That's not a good day for me. I started jury trial on the 5th and it's likely it'll go into the 6th. But I could do the 7th. I think I'll be done by then.
The 7th, we already have 18 trials scheduled, so yes, because that's a Thursday, it probably wouldn't have to go to the afternoon. Or I could try to follow the week after that.
Well,
could we just do 1 week? What about August 30th?
August 30th look good. That can work.
Okay, 7 days from today's date.
Officer White, are you available to come back on August 30th?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Perfect,
I am.
thank you.
Madam Clerk, I don't know what you probably see a docket. What time shall we set this for?
10 o'clock.
Okay. That sounds good. All right.
I'm sorry, Judge, is this on the record?
No, I'm going to put it on the record right now. Which case is this? This is Martin, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. This is ticket number U660214223, the people versus Jonathan, Jonathan Martin, Martin. Mr. Martin, unfortunately, this docket has gone long and we have had some issues and we've had witnesses that have fallen off and we're gonna have to reset this. I apologize for the delay, but we're gonna delay it for 1 week. We're gonna have you come back on August 30th at 10 a.m., sir.
Your Honor, as requested of the defendant, can the video cam, a copy of the video cam be provided to Mr. Martin?
We will provide it to the attorney when we can look to see what attorneys is going to be scheduled out there. So we'll have it out there for the attorney.
Thank you.
Okay. That's Mr. Martin, and we have
Miss Melody.
Melody. Miss Melody?
Yes.
I know you've been out here all day and And I know you can see that we have not just been sitting around. It's just been one of those days where it seemed like gremlins were in the system, and unfortunately, we'll have to put you off until the same day. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? 1 week from today's date, August the 30th at 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
All right, I apologize to you both. It is certainly my intent to get everybody in and out as quickly as possible. Sometimes things just don't work out in that way, and I do apologize, but I need you both to come back on August the 30th at 10 a.m.
No need to apologize, Judge.
Well, I feel bad that we could not get you in and out today, so we'll see you both on August 30th at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You are both free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you.
Did you get that, Mr. Jonathan Martin? You're muted.
Oh, yes, I got it August 30th at 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
apologize to you, sir. We'll try to get you out as quickly as possible on that day, even if we have to try to move some things around.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Can I speak with my lawyer after this, or how does that work?
Yeah, we'll give you an opportunity to talk to him. Could we put
You
Mr.
can go
Martin
to you can put him in a breakout room. I can go talk to him.
Okay. All right. Mr. Roki, before you go, we're gonna. All right.
Yeah,
Mr. Rook, now where are we on this Sean Martin thing? So what did we do with that now? I'm just kind of
Starting with the
confused.
final pretrial for February 6th.
Okay. All right. Mr. Roki's already gone in, so. All right.
All right, and
Officer White,
Officer, yep. Oh, you're free to go, White.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. We started off looking at this like, oh, this is gonna be a